Напоминаю вам о нашей компании, что наша компания существует на рынке уже с 2015 года. Мы сотрудничаем с 52 всемирно признанными университетами в 9 странах мира, таких как Австралия, Англия, Америка, Канада, Голландия и другие. Все вузы входят в топ-500 лучших университетов мира. Наши услуги – бесплатная консультация, документальное сопровождение, помощь в получении грантов и стипендий, визовая поддержка, познавательные встречи, эффективное содействие в процессе всего поступления. Если у вас возникают вопросы во время презентации, вы можете спокойно их задавать в комментариях. Catherine?
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you so much.
So we may start?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just share my screen and we can crack on then. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming along to this session today, to the marathon session with the Universe Group. I'm so pleased that you've stayed on to hear me talk about the college at Swansea University. My name is Catherine Thomas, and I'm Director of Marketing and Recruitment at the college. So today we're going to be having a look at, first of all, the location, where in the world are we, the university, what we do to support our students in their career goals, often termed employability in the UK, what you can study with the college, a little brief look on entry requirements, and then also what September and beyond is going to look like. So starting off then with the location. So we are in South Wales. So this is where I'm pointing out with my cursor now. So this is Wales, one of the 4 nations which makes up the United Kingdom. And we are on the south coast, right next to the beach, in fact. Swansea University has got 2 campuses. The Bay campus, which is relatively new, it was opened in September 2015, and then the Singleton campus, which is around 100 years old now. Both campuses are approximately 2.5 kilometres from the city centre, so really easy to get to either on a short bus journey. You can also hire bikes on both campuses in the city centre to get around, or of course, if you're feeling particularly healthy and active, you can walk. We are really well serviced in terms of getting around the UK, which is really important when you're travelling into the UK for the first time. We have good train and bus links to London Heathrow. That takes around 3 hours. And there's also an international airport at Cardiff, which is about an hour away. If you're sat there thinking, Wales, I'm not sure if I've heard about Wales, let me give you a couple of things that might help you remember or think about Wales in a really positive light. So we are home to dragons. We are also home to famous actors and actresses, one being Catherine Zeta-Jones, who has a family home just down the road from Singleton campus in a beautiful area called Mumbles. We are also a land of songs, so we have got some fantastic vocalists who've come from Wales. Tom Jones is probably the most famous that we've produced. And we are a romantic nation full of castles. Some are not much more than rocks. Others you can actually go and visit and have tours, and they will do different events like open air cinema and theatre, cheese festivals, and other activities there. The city of Swansea itself is a medium-sized city by UK standards, so it's around 250,000 in terms of population. And as you can see there, we are right on the beach, which gives it a really cosmopolitan maritime feel. As we are a relatively, like I said, small to medium-sized city within the UK, the people of Swansea are really used to seeing and meeting and making friends with international students. And this is probably one of the things that puts Swansea in a really good light, in that unlike if you were to go to a big city, people may not want to talk to you or maybe look you in the eye. In Swansea, it's not uncommon if you are waiting for a bus for a little old lady to ask you, what are you doing today? How is everything going? So it is very friendly and welcoming for international students. We've got a really safe campus environment. So we have 2 campuses within the university, and so that means that things are very self-contained. So you have on-site accommodation, space to do some shopping, do your laundry, and undertake all of your learning all in one place. So that means that you get to know everyone on campus very well, be they other students, members of staff, or members of the general public who are also coming in to use facilities like the Arts Centre. So how is Swansea University viewed? The university is currently climbing up in a range of rankings tables. Last week, we just found out that we are now in the top 25 in the UK, according to the Guardian University Guide 2021. We're also ranked comfortably in the top 30 with the Times rankings as well. For world rankings, we are 251st for the Times Higher Education World University Rankings. So when you come to Swansea University, be it starting your studies on a pathway programme with the college or direct, you are coming to a really highly ranked and recognised university. And this will mean that when you go on to your future endeavours, employers will be aware of the university, which can stand you in really good stead. So what do we do to make sure that we're supporting your career aspirations? There are a couple of key centres and academies within the university who offer free advice and support that all students can access from day one. The first one that I wanted to mention was the Centre for Academic Success, and they run free courses, workshops, and one-to-one tutorials, which will help you improve and develop your skills in a range of areas, which will help you not only with your academic studies, but they'll also give you the tools that employers will be looking for when you graduate. And as I said, these are all free for you to access right from day one. We also then have the Swansea Employability Academy. Again, this is a free service for all of our students to access. They have a digital jobs board. They will offer support in securing internships and work placements. They are currently busy planning virtual career fairs, as things are a little bit different this year. We have to take into account social distancing measures, but we do want to make sure that you're still getting those opportunities to meet with employers, see what is out there, and also have some practice engaging with people that you may be working with. We are also developing a career development course, which is optional for students to take. And if you take all 10 credits of this optional course, it will be recorded on your higher education record. So again, this is another thing that you can use when you're going to interviews to talk about your experiences. You know, you'll have not only your university degree, but you will also have this additional career development course. We're also at the moment really mindful that the world is a slightly different place at the moment. So we are offering COVID-19 careers advice for students and our graduates so that you're not missing out on anything and you're approaching the job market in a way that's really going to work out best for you. And all of these things that we put into place, as I said, are open to everyone. Within then each of the academic colleges within the university, there will be even more support that is focused on your particular area of study. So as long as you make use of these tools, you can really get a good job at the end of it. Nothing's guaranteed, as I always say. You know, it's no good me having a gym membership and just expecting to get a six-pack. I have to work at it and make use of the opportunities that are there. And this is exactly the same thing. So there are some fantastic tools there, but you do need to make use of them. And all of this that we've been putting together is really helping our graduates. So last year in the Guardian University League table, we came out as 5th in the UK for employability, and we're up against some really impressive universities there. One of the other reasons why we do so well in this field is that we've got some excellent industry links which you can make use of. So I've put just a few of those up there for you to have a look at. Some of the most impressive employer links that we've got sit within our College of Engineering. You can see companies like Rolls-Royce and Airbus have got really strong connections with the university. but then shifting into other subject areas like management and finance. We also have contacts with Siemens and Fujitsu. So again, as long as you know that you want to take advantage of these things and go in with your eyes open, we can really help you to secure the future that you're looking for. In terms of then what you can study at the College Swansea University, we offer a lot of different courses for you. So I'm not going to read all of these out, but you can see there just the breadth of courses that we offer at both undergraduate, so this is for foundation and year one, and then at postgraduate level for our pre-masters. It is worth me pointing out at this stage that our September intake is starting on Monday, but we've got a really long intake period at the moment, as we appreciate that everyone's been a little bit delayed with the current pandemic situation. So our September intake won't be closing until the 30th of October. So you still have plenty of time to put in an application and get everything ready to join us before that intake closes. What we're expecting a lot of students to do is, again, because of the way that things have been delayed, you may end up enrolling online first, maybe do a couple of weeks, a month, maybe even the first term online before joining us physically in Swansea in January. Again, everybody's circumstances will be a little bit different. So we're really happy to talk to you about what's going to work best for you there. In addition to this long September intake period, we will have a January intake available for most of our programs. So again, if there's a particular course that you're looking for and you're not sure if you've been able to make it in time, please do ask and we'll be happy to see what we can make possible for you. In terms of entry requirements then, probably for most of the people who registered today, you'll be interested in joining for year one. So we would require you to complete your diploma of professional college or certificate of completed secondary education with a mark of 80% overall. And then if you're doing a subject like engineering or mathematics, we will need to see that you've had a pass in the relevant subject area for that course. In terms of English language requirements, we accept a range of different qualifications. So you're not limited to just IELTS or TOEFL. We will look at Cambridge Certificate of Proficiency in English. We'll also look at Duolingo, although I should point out with Duolingo, you will need to take a pre-sessional course before joining us for your academic period of study. One thing that you might want to investigate is we offer a free Swansea University English language test, also called SWALT. This costs £100 normally, but at the moment we are offering this free for all of our offer holders. So if this is something you'd like to explore, I'd encourage you to get your application in for your chosen programme of study, get your offer, and then you can book onto a free SWALT test. These take place once a week, and we do have a range of test dates available. In terms of then how we've responded to COVID-19, as with most organisations, we had to shift to online learning in March 2020, but we found that our students were really keen to help and support where they could. So our final year medical students joined the National Health Service, that's the NHS, to help provide support. Within the College of Engineering, we used our 3D printers to produce face visors and shields, and we also repurposed one of our laboratories to produce hand sanitizer. This September then, all of our courses will be delivered in both a dual way, so online if you're not able to physically make it to Swansea, and then blended face-to-face. So this is where there are no large lectures, those will be done online, but there will be smaller socially distanced seminars. We're also offering free quarantine accommodation to students who need to self-isolate for 14 days when they enter the UK. As we appreciate, this is something that, again, isn't the norm, so we're putting that on free for students who need it. If you do book onto quarantine accommodation, you will also get a free kitchen and bedding starter set. So again, you've got everything that you need right from the start. You don't need to worry about breaking that self-isolation. This just gives you an idea of how teaching is going to take place. So as I mentioned before, we've got our online activities, which will have a combination of live things that you need to join, and then also self-directed activities that we'd expect you to do in your own time to make sure that you're consolidating all of your learning. We then, for those who are able to make it to campus, will have a range of different on-campus events, as I mentioned. And as with the online students, we would expect you to do a degree of learning yourself, just to make sure that you are understanding all of the course material that you're covering in classes. So why the college, Swansea University? So to sum up, we have got a really high progression rate from our pathway programmes into the university. When you join us, you are a Swansea University student from day one, so you get access to all of the fabulous services and facilities that the university has on offer. We give you brilliant support, and you do have small class sizes, so you will really get to know your other classmates and the academic staff who are teaching you. As I mentioned before, we have online Swansea University English language tests. These are currently free, so book onto yours now. And you don't need to take my word for it. So I've popped a tweet from one of our Uzbek students, Alessia. Alessia is completing a master's degree at Swansea University. She is a Chevening scholar, and she has been having an amazing time in Swansea itself. So I'd really encourage you to have a follow of her social media account. This is her Twitter handle, to see what she's been getting up to and the kind of differences and similarities that she's found between Swansea and Uzbekistan. I'm going to be finishing shortly. The final thing that I'd like to do is share with you a video of Swansea, so you've got an idea of what we have to offer. Ooh. Thank you, that's all from me. Are there any questions that I can help you with today?
Thank you, Kathleen. It was very interesting, and you have heard all interesting information. So we have two personal questions for you. Please let me ask you. The first one is, what do you personally like about the university?
Okay, so I've been at Swansea University now for 10 years almost, and I love the community feel. It really is such a friendly place. It's not uncommon, as I said, when you're walking across campus, you will start to see the same people, and everyone's so friendly that you'll just stop and have a chat with somebody that you don't necessarily know, but you've seen plenty of times, so you feel like you've known them. So I find that interaction between everyone on campus, be they students, academics, members of the ground staff, it's just a lovely family feel.
That's good. And the second one is, what's your favorite place in the city?
Oh, good question. I'm going to answer in two parts. At the moment, one of my favourite places to go is just outside of both campuses. You can see on this picture here, we've got the beach, and we've got the most lovely sandy beaches. So there isn't anything quite like just taking a bit of time out to go and sort of go for a little paddle, even if it's a bit cold, just to refresh yourself. So that's my current favourite place. But at the moment, Swansea is going through lots of redevelopment. So there's a big 3,500 seater arena that's being built. It'll be finished at some point late next year. The whole of the city centre is being redeveloped, so we're going to get some really cool shops coming in. So I think the city centre in the next year or two is going to become really exciting. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that's developing and finding new places there.
Thank you. And one more question about the living cost and tuition fees, please.
So your tuition fees will start from £10,500 up to around 18 depending on the subject area that you're choosing to study. In terms of living cost, Swansea is a really cost-effective place to live. It's about a third less than London. So we would anticipate students would need around £7,000 to £8,000 per year for things like accommodation, going out, travel, all the rest of it.
Thank you. Okay, one more question about the weather in Wales.
Well, it's a beautiful sunny day here today. We've had a lovely summer. I'm not going to lie, from the end of September, it is going to start to get a little bit darker and a little bit wetter. But as long as you've got a good waterproof and an umbrella, you'll do fine. I'd encourage you to follow Alessia on her Twitter because she documents the weather quite well. So she gives you the real unmarketing view of what the weather's like.
Okay, thank you very much, Catherine.
Thank you so much.
Hurmatli studentlarimiz, yana bir bor assalomu alaykum. Endigina onlayn seminarimizga kirib kelgan studentlarimiz va ularning ota-onalari. Keyingi universitet vakilimiz Will Gray, Northampton universitetining vakili siz uchun prezentatsiya olib boradi. Eslatib o'tamiz, bizning xizmatlarimiz bepul konsultatsiya, boshdan oxirigacha qo'llab-quvvatlash, hujjatlarni tarjima qilish va notarius orqali tasdiqlash, grant va stipendiyalar olishga yordam beramiz. 100% universitetga kirishingizga kafolat beramiz. Universitetlarimizning vakillari bilan uchrashuvlar o'tkaziladi ofisimizda. 1000 tadan ortiq kursant talabalarimiz kompaniya tomonidan yuborilgan. Batafsil ma'lumot uchun, agar dokumentlaringizni, hujjatlaringizni topshirishga tayyor bo'lsangiz, bu yil sentyabr 2020 yiliga hali ulgurasiz, bemalol ofisimizga murojaat qilishingiz mumkin. Hozirgi paytda ikkita ofislarimiz mavjud. Toshkent shahrida bosh ofisimiz Xalqaro biznes centrda joylashgan va Samarqanddagi filialimiz Hamkor biznes centrda joylashgan.
Итак, следующий университет у нас Нортгемптон, и вести его будет Will Gray. До начала я хочу напомнить вам, что вы еще успеваете на сентябрь 2020 года и на январь 2021. Наши услуги, значит, бесплатная консультация, документальное сопровождение, помощь в получении грантов и стипендий, визовая поддержка, познавательные встречи, эффективное содействие в процессе всего поступления. Мы вас ждем. So, Will, are you with us?
Hello.
Hello, Will.
Hi there. Thank you for the introduction. So I'm going to introduce the University of Northampton and the University of Northampton International College as well. So just follow the similar structure to the previous presenter, where I'll give a bit of a presentation and then I can take any questions at the end. So if I could just share my screen with you, one moment.